at one point in time during 2020, we were a socialist country where the government was spending more than private business because of COVID.
We are again today. We're 54% or more for the last 7 months in America that the government is spending.
More. And when that happens, all the social programs fail and they become unfunded because you don't have enough people working to pay for them. So the only way to do it is if we're at 30% tax rate with everything, with your local tax, your this tax. I mean, your tax when the farmer gets the food, or when you buy a pair of shoes, when you give them, or you buy a car and then you sell your car and then you give a car. That car is taxed how many times? 3, 4, 5 times. When do you really own something? You buy a house and you have to pay tax and you pay the government for it. Do you really ever own it? No, you got to pay your tax on it. That they keep throwing these little millages. Oh, it's only 1 mil for police and fire and everybody's going to die in the street if you don't pay that millage, and everybody falls for it. And the schools aren't going to be funded. Where's the millions and millions of dollars from the lottery for the schools?
Well, casinos, the lottery.
Where is it?
Startled me.
Sorry, I get passionate and I get loud. Sorry to the audience.
It's all right. I gotta tell
I want to own something.
What startled me when I ran for governor, one of my key components was I wanted to eliminate personal income tax for the people of Michigan. 0. There's 9 other states. All 9 of those states, by the way, and they're in northern climates as well as southern climates, are outperforming Michigan in every economic category, as far as population, as far as income growth, as far as education. All 9 of them are thriving. But you know what startled the heck out of me is Republican leadership pushed back and said, oh my God, how are you going to replace those funds? Look at what has happened to the cost of government under Gretchen Whitmer and the Democrats. In 3.5 years, cost of government's almost doubled. And I'm sorry, now we're working on 7 years.
I know we had a huge budget surplus under Snyder, and I think
Snyder,
that's all gone.
Totally gone. His last budget was $53 billion. They just passed a budget of $84 billion. And
pretty soon we're not going to have any expendable income, and you're not going to be able to do it, and you're going to be told what to do with your money.
But my point is, even Republicans in Michigan need to start to figure out how to spend less money and get more value out of it versus just taking from the people and spending more money.
You know, Kevin, that's a good question. When I talk to House members and they ask the PAC for help, they say, someone will say, oh, I have a friend, he's running for the state house. I said, I just want to ask him one question. And I'd like to do that as a person, as a voter. And I ask them all the same question. You want to make a name for yourself. You want to write legislation. And they're like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get in. I can write legislation. How about stop writing legislation and get rid of legislation? When this country was formed, I have the book from Pennsylvania from Congress. It's only about this thick of all the laws for Pennsylvania. That's it. It's this thick. Now you couldn't even fit in this whole building the paperwork it would take for the laws that are written. Why aren't we saying for every law you pass, you have to get rid of 2?
Hell, get rid of 10.
Get rid of 20. But we're not. All we want to do is everybody wants to be so prideful of their job.